Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Shogun Total War, where I'm playing as Clan Mori. And in this episode, I will be taking over Kyushu. It's gonna be finished. Shimazu does not have much, it looks like. Just a couple units here, a couple units there. The daimyo is nowhere to be seen. I'm guessing it can only be in Satsuma or Asumi, so I guess I'll find out soon. First, I have to go through Imagawa and take out this province here, Chikugo. They have been abandoned by the rest of their clanmates. They have no port here, so this is it for them. Just mostly Ashigaru, one archer, few horses. Won't be that tough of a battle. In fact, I can probably just take care of that in this turn. Just want to see if I have enough archers. I do want a lot of archers for these river battles, but I think that's enough. So I'm going to go in there, take that out. Now I can't follow these shinobi right away because I can see in here that there's a border fort. And what border forts do is that, for one thing, they do spy into adjacent territories, but in addition to that, they also catch spies as well. So if I were to bring these shinobi into Chikugo before I destroy that border fort, there's a very good chance that they get caught and they get killed. So I have to go in here and, you know, basically leave my 4-star general undefended from assassins just for one turn. He should be fine. That's a risk that I have to take. And so I'll go in there, clean that up, and then I'll just push on to the rest of Kyushu shortly. It should not take long. Should just get rid of that in this episode. And then as far as getting ready for the future invasions or the future campaigns, it looks like Yes, so I am preparing, I'm getting my armies ready up north. Putting some troop orders in. Got warrior monks going here. That's probably just what I'm going to spend my money on for the rest of this year, is just a few more soldiers. And yeah, we'll be attacking Oda as soon as I can. Even though we are officially allies, he probably killed my son by an assassin, so fuck that. This guy's going to go down. Now I do have an emissary here in Yamashiro. I want to see what the rebels here have. As you can tell by the amount of red on this white banner, they have a few troops here, and the rebels tend to train warrior monks, so this makes me a little nervous. But as far as what Odo has, it's nothing too scary. Peasants, scout cav, archers, you know, nothing too raunchy over there. And yeah, so my daimyo and his 4-star, this has been a really good general for me. Asai Sukamasa. Essentially, he's become my right-hand man since I don't have an older son to my name right now. I'm still waiting another 5 years until my second son comes of age. So in the meantime, this is going to be my lieutenant. And he's done well. He got ranked up last episode, so he has a 4-star general. And I have for you a few 3-star generals holding my northern border. Let's see, I got a Saito Toshimasa and Mori Takamoto. But he's not my son. He's just a different Mori, I guess. All right, well that's fine. I wish he was my son. I can't. You'd be able to tell. There'd be basically a man. The Mori symbol. Oh, you can see it right here. The red dots with the red slash. You'd be able to see that on the unit cards, and that would tell me which unit is my son. But since none of them have that, that means that he's just a different Mori. He's not my son. He's just Mori Takamoto. Takes my name, but won't fight for my family. But anyway, let's see. So yeah, I'm invading Chikugo. Got warrior monks being trained in Mimasaka. I don't think there's anything else for me to do. I was looking ahead at what's going on in the north. So let's take a peek at this throne room map. And things are getting... For me, this is a little nerve-wracking because I like to be halfway through with the map by the time the north gets consolidated. And as you can tell, Yusugi in the dark blue, they've conquered a lot now. And the black, and I know this is kind of hard for you to see, the colors are kind of muted. They are muted for me too. But the black and the dark blue, they're all allied together. And they're fighting against Imagawa. In fact, Imagawa has no allies. They're fighting against every other clan on the map right now. Now, these are some rich territories that Imagawa has, but they're just so heavily outnumbered by the amount of forces around them, presumably. So they're not going to last long. And once that happens, I wonder if Yusugi is going to turn on Takeda right away, or if they're going to continue to push into central Japan first. And I'm really curious about that, because Oda's not going to last long either. They only have a couple of provinces, so I'm really curious. I've never, frankly, every time I've played a southern clan, I've made it to this line of Owari, Mino, and Echizen before the north has been consolidated. Every time I've played a southern clan, I've been able to do that. But I've never had it where, you know, I'm only here still, like in Yamato or Ki or Yamashiro, by the time that they've started pushing into central Japan. So I'm kind of curious. I wonder what's going to happen here. And that also tells me that I need to hurry up and get this taken care of. So yeah, I'll finish up Kyushu. Let's see. Yeah, nothing else to do here for this turn. And next turn I'll find out what they have here in Yamashiro. Taxes are set to very low. That's all good. End turn. Okay, I have a port that's finished being built in Bungo, so that's more money for me. That's good. Alright, and here goes the Battle of Chikugo. Fine day, I'll take that. Since I am depending primarily on archers for this battle, I want to be able to shoot the enemy without being inhibited by raindrops. So I'm just going to get my forces grouped up real quick. Here we are, all ready to cross the river. Got my archers here on this side of the bank. Don't really have much room on this side, so I'll just stack them on the left side. And yeah, got my spears ready to go, and just going to bring them across the bridge and try to draw some fire and try to bait them back into my bridge. If you've watched my Shimazu campaign, you know how I play these bridge battles. It's pretty methodical. Unfortunately, it's the best way to play these bridge battles. I really don't like gaming the AI. It's not something I like to do, but brute forcing river battles is just... it's just not the way to do it. I console myself by telling myself that in history, there were times that forces did bait armies into disadvantaged positions. Now, could you basically abuse it and do it over and over and over again without them learning their lesson? I don't know. I hear the Mongols are pretty good at that. I mean, it seems like every single time they were able to bait an army out of their defensive positions, whether it's a structure or whether it's a formation, there seems to be something psychologically very difficult about basically not giving into the impulse to chase after a fleeing enemy. So I tell myself that because it helps me play these river battles like this. I know it's not the most fun to watch, but it's just the way that they have to be fought. Yeah, brute forcing your way over is it's not very helpful. Now, I would have a better chance of doing that here with my warrior monks. However, again, warrior monks are going to get shredded by, what do they have? Yeah, they just have one archer, but even one archer is going to do a lot of damage to my expensive warrior monks, so I'm going to do it this way. The way to do it is to basically count the amount of infantry units that they have and focus on those. In this case, infantry is pretty much all they have except for that one unit of archers. And yeah, I just want to get rid of as many spears as I can before I try to force my crossing. Alright, I got 3 groups coming at me this time, so let's see if I can bring them in. I might have been a little late on that retreat, but a lot of them are going to get cut down. A lot of them are grouping up right here. And now they're running away, but they will regroup again. And since they're running away right now, how about I try to bait them back into this? I want to keep them in range of my archers as long as I can. Let's see, I have some cavalry coming at me. Interesting. And they're running away as well. The tough thing about this is because since there's so many Ashigaru on the enemy's side, a lot of them are just going to run away before they can really take a lot of shots from me. So that's makes things a little bit harder, but anyway, I have a lot of time on my battle time limit to work on this, so... Oh wow, they're going right over the cavalry, interesting. Don't think that's going to work out for them, so yeah. they can try though. That is their general unit right there. I can tell because it's kind of a fancier banner that they have. And it looks like they're happy to just kind of stand there and take arrows from my archers, so that's fine with me. Looks like we're getting to the point where, you know what, I'll tell you, I don't think they're really going to stand up to an actual assault, so I'm going to be a little less patient with this one and just go all in, send my Yari Samurai over the river. Most of their spearmen have basically kind of ran off to this hill. They have one archer. I have a lot of archers, so... Yeah, I said I wasn't going to brute force my way over this, but they don't have a lot, and I have a lot of archers, so... These Ashigaru are not going to last long. They're going to run away pretty soon. They're losing a lot. They have light armor, so they just get shredded so fast by my archers. They're already retreating. They're retreating. And there we go. We got the rest of the spears coming over the bridge here, so let's just get them going. And I can start moving my warrior monks out as well, but by the time they get over, it's probably going to be all over here, but may as well keep them moving. And there we go. Just gotta get this archer out of the way. He's the only guy that's kind of standing and fighting. And now he's running away, and now let's just send everyone over the bridge. Probably not going to catch anyone, but let's just give it an honest try.
Enemy Daisho is running from defeat, but his dishonor and our swords will chase him to his grave.
And there we have it. That's the end of the Imagawa in Kyushu. They still do exist in central Japan, as I was saying, but that's it for Kyushu. Let's see, I killed 253 and I lost 31, so that's not bad. Alright, I got the province, and now I can push on into the rest of this territory. Got a little bit of, I got a little 4-stack there. And I'll tell you what, I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just going to attack in this turn. I have to make up for lost time, so yep, gonna go bring them in here. They're probably just gonna retreat and bring some do some daimyo on daimyo action here as well. Let's see, I want to bring this army into Bungo just in case they try to attack through. Just because there's sort of weird... Even though Higo's being attacked, if I left Bungo undefended, this army could attack through here, with my two armies attacking in this direction. So I have to kind of cover my rear here, and on that note, also put a few units here in Chikugo, just in case he tries to attack through this army here. Let's see, is there anything else? I think I can start moving. I was keeping this army here just in case. Well, I was helping with public order because I had just taken Tosa at the time. But it's been long enough, I think I can start moving them towards my northern frontier and get them ready for for an invasion of central Japan. Alright, let's get this warrior monk moving up. Hey, another 2-star general, I'll take it. And you know what? He can go to Tajima. That's a good place for him. Alright, what do they have here in Yamashiro? 2 archers, 2 warrior monks, typical, and not a lot of... Okay. Interesting. I thought there'd be more warrior monks, but it's not. It's just Yari Samurai and Yari Ashigaru. However, one of those Yari Ashigaru is a 4-star general, so... Holy moly. Okay. Alright, that's a good general. Definitely. And... You know, two warrior monks isn't nothing, but it's also, you know, I got my own warrior monks, so hehe. And let's see. I think I'll just keep my emissary safe. I'll keep him away from assassins. Alright, so I just have a little bit more money to spend for the rest of this turn. Do I want to move these guys? I may as well move more shinobi. Yeah, that's fine. And I can spend some more money, build another warrior monk, and I can build... I'll just build another shinobi for now. They're always useful. And that'll be it for this year's money. Let's see if I can bump the taxes up to punitive. I can, but this is a little shaky. 101 is just over the cusp, so that should be fine. But that's still lower than I'd like. 101 is not what I thought it would be. You know, just to be safe, I'm going to set this down at high. 109 is a little bit better for my liking. And yeah, they're probably not going to get any fights here. They're probably just going to retreat to Satsuma or Osumi. So we'll see what they do there. And yeah, let's see what kind of money I can make for this harvest. Alright, I got 4,973. Finished the large castle in Iwami. And it looks like they did retreat. So I got Hyuga. And I got Higo. Good. Got some money. Pillaged 400 koku. And yeah, new treasury, 5,373. Not bad. Not bad at all. And yeah, some more Portuguese traders. They moved down the west side. They first land in Kyushu, and then they moved down the, no, not west, the eastern side of Japan. So they're going to keep asking me if I want to trade with them. The answer is just going to keep on being no, because I'm Clan Mori and I'm Buddhist. So they can forget about it. Going to move this warrior monk up to Tajima and move another warrior monk up as well. Continue moving these forces up, and what do we got? Alright, we got some unhappy people here. Let's bring taxes down. Is that still red? Jeez, oh Pete's. Well, okay. What are we looking at? 93. So, put a couple of those in, and let's see. Do I want to build a watchtower? I know the watchtower will help with public order. It's pretty cheap too. But shinobi are so cheap, that's the thing. Shinobi are so cheap and they're so useful because I can move them around wherever I want. Yeah, that's okay, I can afford it. So I'll build a watchtower here. And we'll be looking at 113 and 118, that's fine. And as for the rest of these shinobi, I'll just keep moving them down here. I have to protect my daimyo. He cannot die before my next in line comes of age. Speaking of which... yeah, 5 more years. Okay. I can do this. Alright, so what are we looking at here? Not a whole lot. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's just attack. Let's just go. Take that, and I'll bring these guys down. And let's see, what else do I want to do? I'll move them over and them over as well. And I guess I should probably leave these guys up there and move some shinobi over, maybe? Can I bring some shinobi? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll invade Satsuma first. This is the capital. This is where most of their buildings is going to be. And then once Satsuma's taken, then I can converge onto Osumi. I'm doing that just because Satsuma actually does border. You can see, but there's a very thin border here with Hyuga. So I want to make sure I just attack one at a time. Satsuma, then Osumi next. I will be fighting in wintertime. I will be fighting in the snow, which isn't preferable, but it's okay. I outnumber them by a lot, so it should be fine. Alright. Now I'm just going to take a look at what I want to spend my money on for this year. Alright, so I've put some build orders in. I was looking at here in Awami. Since I finished building that large castle here, I can start working on this famous spear dojo, which lets me finally build the naginata that I've been trying to build up to for a while, because my finished products, my finished Mori composition is going to be warrior monks and naginata, along with spears, archers, and light scout cav. So I'll get that going, and let's see, Izumo, I also want to build naginata and Izumo eventually. So yeah, I guess I should build an armory. Let's see, I just put in a lot of build orders for units, so I want to just make sure I should probably take out some of those build orders, just to make sure I can afford. Alright, so that's fine. And I can take those out as well. Yeah, I just don't want to go over my my budget. Because in addition to that, I also started a port here in Tanuki and a port here in Awa. Just want to keep that going. And also castles in Chikugo and Shikuzen, so I can build ports there as well in the future. Oh, and a castle here in Hyuga. So that'll be that. I got a attack going in Satsuma. Got my forces moving up. I'm building a few units, but not a lot. I'm mostly focusing on the infrastructure for this turn. And yeah, let's make sure taxes are low. That's good. And let's get on with it. Alright, so I have the port that's finished being built in Tosa. That's good. That's more money for me. Another port in Awa. Alright, here we go. Looking at 880 of my soldiers versus 501 of theirs. Let's see how we do. Fine day, I'll take it. And yeah, this is an interesting map actually. I kind of like fighting on it. It's kind of cool. As you can see, there's literally a hill right in front of me, and it's something that I can't like. It's right outside of their deployment zone, but I basically have to rush this hill right in the beginning just to make sure. You know, they don't get it, but oftentimes they do. I've had battles happen just right on the cusp here, and even the hill itself is kind of weird because you get on top of the hill and then there's this dip right in the middle of the hill. So if you're right in the middle of the hill, you are also fighting uphill, you know? So it's weird, but it's cool, and I like it. Once you're on top, and then you basically just own the battlefield, and you can go wherever you want and do whatever you want. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. Got my guys grouped up. Let's go. And go straight for the hill. Looks like, by the looks of my mini-map, they have actually started at the back there, so yeah, I should be able to take this hill without much of a fight. Alright, now that I've taken the top of the hill, looks like they're pretty content to hang back on this hill, and now the question is, now the smart thing to do is to always take the high ground and move on their level, basically, you know, flanking them, and making the height advantage work so that we're basically even, right? However, a lot of times when you do that, when you fight the right way, the AI knows that it's been outflanked and they just kind of back off and run away. So that makes me wonder, should I just kind of go right at them? It looks like I do have some hills here that I can kind of use to kind of even it out a little bit as far as, you know, an approach angle. But they do have quite a few archers. I was looking at, they have about 2.5 groups here, plus they have some cavalry archers as well, and some Yari Cav. So I'm wondering what I should do. Because I don't want them to run away and draw this out. I want to be able to finish this in one battle here, so maybe I just kind of go at them head on and try to make sure that they don't have anywhere to run. I only have 1 unit of cavalry, so they do have more cav than me. Other than that, though, everything else, I have an advantage in most other areas. Alright, so I've started taking shots already. And let's see, it looks like they're charging, so let's get my spears in front. That'll do, and let's see. Move up with my right flank. And how are we doing on this side? Move up on this flank as well. Move up my general just a little bit, and do I want to do anything with my cavalry right now? No, I want to keep my cavalry in the back, just playing defensively, and have them react to their cav. Let's see, alright, let's just keep pushing with the center, just because they have a good range advantage. I don't want my guys getting shot needlessly, and yeah, let's just keep pushing with my right flank as well. And yeah, my warrior monks are taking shots, so I want to screen with my spears. It looks like, I wonder if they're going to charge. Hey, if they want to charge my spears with their Yari cav, they can go for it. And I'll screen my warrior monks with my spearmen. And then, what do I want to do with these warrior monks? I can just bring them in as well. And let's see, left flank. Bring them up like so. And I can just bring up my cavalry up there. Alright, monks. Where are we going with you? You know, I could just attack. No, I'll go after the archers. My front line will be able to take this pretty well. I may as well bring in some reinforcements there and reinforcements there. And yeah, let's get into it. Looks like we're wrapping up the flanks, and I can bring Yari Cav up. Archers are safe in the back. And this is all looking like it's going to code here. Alright, general's fleeing. And let's see. Have my Cav run some guys down. And let's just push them up the hill. They actually fought that one pretty hard. Yeah. Casualties were kind of close there. Yeah, casualties are a little bit more even than I thought they would be, but I will be able to get some more kills on this rundown. And in any case, alright, got the enemy general, and Shimazu will be out of the picture very shortly here. Let's just chase these guys up the hill and wrap it up. There we go. Yeah, killed 303, lost 146, so not bad. Alright, got Satsuma province, and I didn't pillage any money. They have buildings here, right? Okay, good. I was gonna say, like, so you get money from pillaging, and it's an automatic process when you first take over a province. The army just essentially, it's a luck of the draw sort of thing. These buildings, a lot of them just automatically get destroyed when you take over a province. You can, of course, choose to do it on yourself. Like, I can do this, and I can destroy this building and make some money back. I can choose to do that. However, when you invade a province, a lot of times, a lot of these buildings are just gone because essentially it's like simulating your armory going, rampaging, and you have no control of them because you won the battle and they are collecting the spoils of their victory. I think that's what that simulates, but in this case, they didn't do that. So they just left everything intact, so I can burn down anything that I want. I'll take a look at this later. I don't need to burn anything down right now. As far as, oh shoot. So, they're gonna stay in this castle. They have enough supplies to last and hold out for a year, and I don't think I want to let them stay that long. I think I have to attack a castle. Not my favorite thing to do, but I don't want to hang out here for 5 turns. So I'll take that, and it looks like it's just the daimyo. Oh god. I might auto-resolve the end of Shimazu. There's no point in playing that. Like, I get it's kind of lame to auto-resolve the last battle of a clan, but it's just the daimyo. It's just him and his bodyguard, so I'm just gonna auto-resolve that. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Whatever. Moving on. I don't have a whole lot of money to spend for the rest of the year. Let's see. Yeah, so just 4 more years until my son comes of age. I want to make sure my... Yeah, okay, so my daimyo won't die in an auto-resolve, right? I hope not. That would suck. Alright. Just gonna take a peek and see what I want to spend my money on for the rest of this turn. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep my spending simple for this season. Just gonna build 1 unit of warrior monks in Mimasaka. Want to take a look and see what's happening in the north. Holy moly. Okay, so Imagawa took Mutsu province off of Yasugi. And Mutsu is Yasugi's capital. Now, that isn't the most significant thing. Yasugi still has a lot of land. They still have a lot of good rich land. It's just that they must have had a lot of infrastructure in Mutsu. Infrastructure that they, you know, invested on and spent money on. So that's just bizarre. Also, I mean, it's just interesting because Yasugi and Takeda are allies, and yet, you know, like Imagawa should be getting crushed. But, you know, they took Mutsu. So that's interesting. Yeah. Yasugi does seem to be pushing south, though. And it looks like Oda only has a couple more provinces left, which makes me a little nervous. Yeah, they're pushing south quickly. And in addition to that, I wanted to kill Oda. He killed my son, so I want my revenge, that's for sure. But yeah, I should be down here in Kyushu very quickly. Just want to make sure I leave enough shinobi behind, just to make sure, since I'll be moving on from Kyushu so quickly, just want to make sure that there's enough public order stabilizers here in my rear, so do that, and want to make sure that I also am producing shinobi here. Yes, I am. So I'll bring this guy over. Just want to make sure there's no issues when I leave, and I think that's good, and I'm ready to move on. Alright, so I have that castle that's finished being built in Hyuga. Got another castle in Chikugo. And got that border watchtower in Hizen. And another castle in Shikuzen. Famous spear dojo in Iwami. And castle assault. Do I want to auto-resolve this? No, I should fight this. And yes, I'll take a fine day. I plan on letting my archers do most of the work. I'm just going to get them grouped up real quick. Alright, got them grouped up, and now let's just get everyone in position. Mostly just going to keep my infantry or my spearmen and my warrior monks hanging back. And I just want to surround the castle with my archers and let them get as much damage in as possible before I send in the rest of my soldiers. So I want to have my archers in loose formation, and I'll get them surrounding this castle. Alright, I got a few archer units moved up and taking fire. Let's see, the castle. Yeah, get some shots here in this cav. Ashigaru, cavalry archers, and archers. So yeah, they have some archers for sure. Gotta weather that storm, but I'm tempted, actually, you know, I'm tempted just to send in my spears right away, just because those spears will cut down the horses very quickly. Yeah, that is what I'm tempted to do. But I have arrows, I have archers, I may as well use it. And yeah, may as well, actually, he's uncertain, so I'm gonna move him back a little bit. Don't want him to run away, because if he runs away, he might start a chain route, and other units might get afraid and run away as well. So I'll move him back a little bit, and then I'll fast forward and see, just fast forward until my archers run out of ammunition. Yeah, so getting a lot of work done here on this Yari cavalry unit. Alright, that's good. And alright, what are we looking at here? They still have ammunition. Yeah, so I can move him back up and might want to move these guys over as well. Actually, you know, that's good enough for now. I'm just going to send the spears in and clean this one up. Alright, got a big old blob of spears in here, and I'm just going to have them clean up the rest of these archers and cavalry, and that will be it for this castle here. I can just fast forward this. Got the enemy general. Alright, there we have it. Let's see how we did on casualties. Let's see, lost 100. Yeah, that's okay. I think it would have been more if I tried to auto-resolve that, so I'll take that. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna auto-resolve the end of the Shimazu Daimyo. Or no, oh man, oh god. Pressed the wrong button. Never mind, I guess I'll fight this. But yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward this one and make it real quick. And there's Lord Shimazu himself, about to meet his end at the hands of my own daimyo, accompanied by his own scout cavalry, of course. Let's see, is he gonna charge at me? Is he gonna give me a fight, or is he just gonna run away? Oh, come on, Jesus. Oh man, he's gonna make me chase him. Okay. And there we go, caught up to him. And hopefully my units can finish him off here. Down to 5 men. Two men. Alright, there we go. Took care of that, and that he actually killed 21 of my guys, so whew, alright. That'll be it.
When the day is done, I take a tree for my lodge on my weary way.
Alright, so we got Lord Shimazu, that's the end of that clan. Awesome. Now I can transfer the rest of these forces into my northern frontier and get ready to invade central Japan. And yeah, I might even have enough time to get a battle in here. Let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna waste no time here and start getting my main armies moved up to my northern frontier as soon as possible. I'm gonna leave back a few forces. These are just kind of my reserve forces that have been following my main armies around. I'll leave them back here in Kyushu for the time being, just to help maintain public order. I have a lot of shinobi that I'll be leaving here for a few turns. There won't always be this many shinobi back here, but I will kind of bring them up to my northern frontier, kind of one at a time, just to sort of help things settle down here in Kyushu while I move my main forces up. Now, I don't have a lot of money left to spend. I do want to buy or do want to train a unit of archers. Good news for me is, since here in Satsuma, they already have a famous archery dojo, so I can make archers with +2 or +1 to my honor here. And I also have a swordsmith, so I can build archers that have +1 to their attack. Now, swordsmiths add +1 to melee attack only, not ranged attack. So it's not going to have a huge difference on, you know, them mowing down a lot more enemies with their arrows. But if they have to fight in hand-to-hand combat, that still can be helpful. So I will be training... Oops, didn't mean to do that. I will train a samurai archer there, and then I'll move them up to the northern frontier with my daimyo. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this turn. Yeah, alright, end turn here. And now I have the largest armies of all the clans in Japan, so yeah, that's good news. And here we are, uneventful turn. No money left to spend for this season. That's okay though, should make some more See how public order is. Yeah, so punitive public order, and things are looking all green, all good, all across the board. Let's get this archer, and nope, just have to merge some units together. Oh no, I don't have any room. They are all full. Okay. Let's move them up one at a time. Bring the daimyo up, and then I'll bring this archer separately. Alright, that's looking good. I'm just gonna get some of my armies cleaned up before I end the turn. Alright, for this turn, since I don't have any money to spend, I've simply just spent some time merging a few units and making sure my armies are cleaned up and ready to go, because what I'm going to do here is essentially fill out the rest of my armies to make sure that they are as balanced as they can be before they push into central Japan, because once I start pushing north in this direction, I don't want to stop unless I have to. So I want to make sure everything's ready for that push. Of course, that means declaring war on my ally, Clan Oda here, but I have no qualms against that. I am fine. I want this guy to die. I want his family to die. I don't want to see the color yellow anymore bordering my territory. So I'm going to take care of that. That might have to wait until next episode, but I still have enough time to just do maybe another turn or two of just kind of housekeeping, spending some money, and building some more infrastructure. So let's get into it, shall we? Hey, look at that treasury. That's not bad at all. I got an armory here in Izumo, so that's looking good. I can build troops with good improved armor there. And I had a good harvest, so all my crop revenues are up by 25%. Not bad at all. Looking at 7,818 koku. That's some good money. Let's see, Portuguese traders. No, I do not want to talk to them. They're just going to keep asking Matt that every time they stop at one of my provinces, which are all owned by me. So that's going to be okay. Something I just have to deal with. And yeah, I got some money to spend, and just going to take a peek. Oh, don't like that. Just got to get my taxes down to very low. That's looking better. And yeah, I'm just going to take a peek and see what I want to spend this money on. Alright, so since I have quite a bit of money and I want to keep improving on my economy, I'm going to keep focusing on building ports in all of these provinces here in Kyushu. That's the thing about Kyushu, is even though a lot of these provinces are poor farming-wise, they all border the ocean. There's no landlocked provinces here, so I can build a port in every single one, and that will eventually start making me some good money. It is an expensive investment initially, but it does pay off eventually. So got that going. I'm going to have ports in all of these provinces pretty soon here. So yeah, I'm working on ports, and I'm also working on some troop development as well. In, let's see, Mimasaka, this is where I build my warrior monks. I'm deciding to start improving my warrior monks and making them even better than they already are by giving them armor, which is pretty deadly, because the monks' main weakness is that they don't have any armor. So by giving them additional armor, that's making these troops pretty tough. So I'll focus on building an armory here in Mimasaka first. And then, let's see, what else was I building? Thought I might have put in another. Might have just been that for now. Oh, and another thing, as far as my army composition is looking, I have a lot of pretty much everything I want, except I can finally start building Naginata now. So this is going to be the last key to my Mori armies. This is the thing that I've been building up to. Naginata soldiers, reading just by the description, samurai foot soldiers are equipped with heavy armor and Naginata, short polearms. They are very strong defensively, but a little slow. Use them to resist enemy shock troops. So in this game, Naginata are the tanks. This can be a little confusing to anyone who knows what a Naginata is. You might be able to see in the picture, although it might be a little dark for you to see. A Naginata, for those of you that are familiar with medieval European weapons, a Naginata is basically a Japanese equivalent of a halberd. And for those of you who don't know what a halberd is a spear with an axe head attached to the end of it. So it's used for poking people and also chopping people. Basically, in game terms, anytime you see a video game that has halberds or naginatas in them, they're good for piercing armor, and they're good against cavalry. So in this game, it can be a little bit confusing for people that are used to either newer Total War games or just any strategy games in general, it can be a little confusing to know that Naginata in this game actually don't have any bonus at all from their weapon. They are just called Naginata soldiers. But that's it. There's no bonus conferred from the weapon itself. The only weapon bonuses in this game are from the Yari, which are spear arm troops. So that gives them a bonus versus cavalry, including the Yari cavalry. So the Yari cavalry, which are essentially the scout cav of this game, they have a bonus versus cavalry. So it allows them to hit above their weight class, essentially. They will still lose to the heavier classes of cavalry, but it allows them to do more damage than they otherwise would be able to. And in addition, spears can also do very well against cavalry as well. So in this case, this might confuse you, Naginata, they don't have bonuses versus cavalry. In fact, they don't have any bonuses at all, other than the fact that they are tanks. They have heavy armor and they have high morale. They can hold a front line against charges, against arrows. They can soak up a lot of damage and they can hold a front line. And that gives them a really good synergy with warrior monks. Basically, they're the complete opposite, right? Warrior monks can kill anything. In fact, funny enough, if you look at the picture, if I find a picture of a warrior monk, let's see here. There they are. So a warrior monk, if you see the weapon that he's holding, it looks pretty much like a Naginata, right? I know that they have names for other types of weapons that are a little bit smaller than Naginata. I can't remember the names of them on the top of my head right now, but they have different levels of basically the same type of weapon, which is a staff of wood and a long blade. That looks to be a little bit smaller than Naginata, but again, it's kind of funny that, it looks essentially like the same thing. Anyway, as I was saying, warrior monks can kill pretty much anything they come in contact with, but they die in droves to arrows, and frankly, if you let them get charged by cavalry, they will take, quite a bit of casualties, especially Naginata cavalry, which is its own thing. That's different. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So the reason why that synergizes so well with Naginata soldiers is that they can essentially take the initial brunt of the attack, and then I can let the warrior monks come in and get their counter charges and get their flanking charges and basically wrap up the enemy and kill everyone. It works very well. It's a very neat approach to composing an army. It's a very neat approach to going into battle. Whereas for those of you that watch my Shimazu campaign, my Shimazu armies were interesting, but they were kind of weird because they were all about, they had units that were really good at killing, right? I had no Dachi swordsmen that are really good at killing in hand-to-hand, and I'd have musketeers that were really good at killing by shooting things, but they didn't really have any element of the army that was good at taking a charge, except for my Yari Samurai. That was it. That was the only thing that it had that could really hold things in place. But even they could really, in the later parts of the game, they would struggle against certain charges, against certain cavalry charges or, warrior monk charges or what have you. So in this case, this is going to work very well. My Shimazu strategy is more spank and spank, whereas my Mori strategy is a tank and spank. So it works out. It makes sense. I'm excited to show it to you in its full form once I start getting into Central Japan. And yeah, I should be able to get those Naginata pumped out and ready to go in time for me to conquer Oda. Might have to wait a little bit here because I do want to build these up and get a few of these in my armies before I get going. In fact, I might just not even build any of the soldiers until I get those out and ready to go in my armies. And on that note, I do want to get Izumo producing Naginata as well. So I guess I should just build. I was going to wait, but yeah, I should just build a Lord Castle here and get it going so I can produce more Naginatas as soon as possible. So that's probably a lot of money spent. And yeah, I think that's going to be, I think this is going to be the last turn. I'll click end turn. I'll see what happens. But yeah, this is probably going to be the last turn that I do. Let's see, air is still 4 years away, so that's fine. That's very low. Everyone's happy except here's, that's okay. Alright, let's click end turn and see if anything happens. Got a port that's built in Sanuki. Got another port in Awaji, so that's all more money for me. Alright, so nothing happened. Just want to take one last peek here at the throne room map. And, oh, looky, all right, okay. So, right when we thought that Imagawa was making a last gasp for air, they had taken a few territories, they had taken the capital of Usugi, and then Usugi just comes back with a vengeance, takes back their capital of Mutsu, and then they also took a few more territories from Imagawa. Imagawa is down to, it looks like they just have 2 territories left. One of them is a river province, so they might hang on to that for a little while here. But what I didn't want to happen is happening, and that is Usugi and Takeda are actually staying true to their alliance, and they are instead pushing into central Japan together. So that's interesting. So if I look here on this map, I can just show you Usugi, I believe, is all the way up to here in Omi, and Takeda as Isa here as well. So that's interesting. I haven't had to face this in a while. I've not actually had to face a unified alliance pushing into central Japan. Basically, for me, all of these territories have basically always been mop up the rebels and whatever Oda, territories are left, and then solidify my forces here on this line before pushing into northern Japan. Instead, I'll be facing a unified alliance of Usugi and Takeda forces, which is interesting. That actually might be a challenge. I'm looking forward to this. Cool. But what that does tell me is that since I'm not going to actually make it, I'm not going to be able to win this race, and since I won't actually be able to make it to this line before, they already did. They made it there. So what that tells me is I should actually make sure that I do get my armies ready to go for a big confrontation. So I will do what I already wanted to do, which is hang tight for a few turns, get my armies ready to go, because when this confrontation happens, it's going to be a doozy, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and until next time, this has been Kanastep, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.